All right, let's review your social work statistics requirement and how you can overlap that with a couple of other degree requirements. So first of all, you have a social work statistics requirement here that is built into your major and it carries the QR flag. A lot of times social work students will just take this class and it'll fulfill this requirement and that's end of discussion. However, if you're trying to be efficient with your degree plan and you're trying to meet more requirements with as little classes as possible, maybe because you're transferring in, you're short on time, or you're just trying to overlap your degree plan so that you can graduate early, or for whatever reason, there are options that you can do that. So for social work statistics class, we do have on the second page, if you scroll down, there's a list of approved substitutions. So you can see here that there are a lot of classes that you can choose from outside of our social work statistics class if you need to take it. These are good options if you're double majoring, in another class or doing another major or doing a minor certificate in something that requires a class from one of these, but doesn't allow for our social work 318 class to count. So you can select from here and it will double dip in your social work statistics requirement and then also whatever maybe that requirement is. Now, a common reason you would also want to double dip by using one of these classes on this list is if you still need to fulfill your core mathematics requirement. There are some approved core classes that are considered substitute courses for social work 318, social work statistics. So I'm going to show you how do you find those. Now, another thing to be mindful of is that you're going to be getting your quantitative reasoning flag here if you took your social work statistics class at UT and you took this specific class. Now, if you're trying to take a class that fulfills your math core requirement, then that means you also want to make sure that that core math, that's an approved substitution for your social work statistics class, has a quantitative reasoning flag. That way it's going to count in 3 different places. It's going to count here, it's going to count here, and it's going to count here. So the way that you do that on the course schedule is you can look at your course schedule. Instead of just looking for the field of study, scroll down to option number 3 where it's core curriculum, and you will click on core math option and you click find a course. And then you're going to see all the classes that have the QR flag right here in the column under flags, or you can also go up here and click quantitative reasoning flag, hit refine, and then it's only going to pull up the ones that are on there. So now you found a course that's going to count for your math and your QR flag, but you also need to make sure it's counting for your statistics social work class. So you'll scroll down and find the stat substitutes again and look at them side by side by the core approved classes. So you can see that if you wanted to take this EDP 308 class, that it's approved for your core math, it has a quantitative reasoning flag, and then you can also see that it's here on the approved list of social work substitutions. Now, if you wanted to take this AFR numbering race class here, it's going to count for your QR flag. It's going to count for your math core requirement, but you can see that it's not on our list as an approved social work 318 substitution. So that class would only help you with 2 of the 3 requirements you're trying to fulfill. So just be aware of that whenever you're looking for a course to fulfill all 3 spots, that you're looking at it for your quantitative reasoning flag, you're looking that it meets the core mathematics requirement, and then you're looking that it's also approved for a statistics substitution. If you have transferred in a course that was approved maybe from transfer coursework, from another 4-year community college, and it's picking up in your audit here, and it's picking up in your audit here, but it's not picking up in your audit for your quantitative reasoning flag, and you think it should carry a quantitative reasoning flag, then you're going to go through the flag petition process. And here's the link where you can start that petition process. And you can check with the BSW advisor for more information if you are confused about where your classes are counting or not counting for your math, statistics, and quantitative reasoning flag, and if we think it's a good idea for you to petition for the flag requirement or not. One thing I will say is if your class is being met by AP credit or testing out of like SAT math subject test or something like that, you can't get flag credit from credit by exam. It has to be an actual class. So that's one thing to pay attention to. So there you go. There's all the tricks that you need to know as far as trying to double dip as many class requirements into one. And if you do things right, you should be able to get a class that is a core math approved Social Work 318 substitution that also has a quantitative reasoning flag. And whenever you do that, make sure you run your audit and that the course is picking up in all 3 spots of your degree audit. Otherwise, it might not be the right class option for you if you're trying to do all 3. And if you're concerned or confused, feel free to contact BSW Advising for more information.